The rain pounded against my windshield like 1,000 accusations as I veered off the highway, my tires skidding on the slick asphalt. In that split second, blinded by tears and fury from the fight with my fiancé, I crashed through the guardrail and tumbled into the dense Oregon wilderness, my car flipping end over end until it came to a mangled stop against a cluster of pines. When I woke up hours later, disoriented and bleeding, a shadowy figure loomed over me, a woman with a rifle slung over her shoulder, her eyes sharp and unyielding, pulling me from the wreckage just as the first flames licked the engine. Kayla Thompson, that's me, 28 and supposedly on the cusp of a perfect life. Engaged to Mark, the golden boy from my conservative Midwest family, with a wedding date set for spring. But that night everything shattered. We'd argued again about my distractions, as he called them, those lingering glances at women in coffee shops, the way my heart raced when a female colleague brushed my arm. I denied it, always denied it, because admitting it meant unraveling the tapestry my parents had woven for me since birth. Church on Sundays, heteronormative bliss, and grandchildren to dote on. Driving aimlessly to clear my head. I never expected the storm to mirror my inner turmoil so perfectly. As the hunter, Kira, she introduced herself curtly, dragged me to safety, her hands strong and calloused from years in the wild. I felt a spark I couldn't ignore. She was rugged mid-30s, with short-cropped dark hair, and a flannel shirt that smelled of pine and earth. "You're lucky I was tracking deer nearby," she muttered, bandaging my leg with strips from her own shirt. Her voice was gravelly, no nonsense, but there was a gentleness in her touch that made my pulse quicken. Why her? Why now? I thought, as pain shot through my body, mingling with a forbidden curiosity. Kira radioed for help, but the storm had knocked out signals. We were stranded, miles from civilization. She built a fire, shared her canteen, and as night fell, we talked. Or rather, she probed and I deflected. "You're running from something," Kira said, poking the flames with a stick. Her eyes reflected the firelight, piercing through my defenses. I laughed it off, blaming the accident on bad weather, but inside my mind raced. What if this stranger saw the truth I'd buried? The truth that Mark suspected but never voiced. The one that kept me up at night, questioning every choice. Growing up in a small Indiana town, where being different meant whispers and exile, I'd learned to conform. College in Chicago offered glimpses of freedom, secret crushes on roommates, stolen kisses at parties, but I always pulled back, terrified of the fallout. Now here in the woods, with Kira's steady presence, those walls cracked. We hunkered down in her makeshift shelter, a tarp strung between trees. She shared stories of her life as a wildlife guide, solitary and free, no ties to anyone. "Families complicate things," she said flatly, avoiding my gaze. I wondered about her scars, the literal one on her cheek from a bear encounter, and the invisible ones hinted at in her silences. As the rain eased, exhaustion pulled me under, but my dreams were vivid. Kira's face close and inviting, stirring feelings I'd suppressed for years. Waking at dawn, I found her packing gear. "Help's coming," she announced. But as rescuers arrived, airlifting me to the hospital, her parting words lingered. "Take care of yourself, Kayla. Life's too short for regrets." In the sterile hospital room, surrounded by beeping machines, Mark rushed in, his face a mask of concern laced with anger. "What the hell happened?" he demanded, gripping my hand too tightly. My parents followed, Mom fussing over blankets, Dad muttering about divine intervention. They praised the heroic man who'd saved me, until I corrected them. "It was a woman, Kira." The room tensed. Dad's brow furrowed. Mom's smile faltered. "Well, thank God anyway," Dad said, dismissing it. But I couldn't. Kira's card, slipped into my pocket, burned like a secret. As doctors poked and prodded, declaring me bruised but unbroken, my thoughts drifted to her. Why did her rescue feel like the start of something dangerous? Discharged after 2 days, I returned to our Chicago apartment, where Mark hovered, apologetic for the fight but insistent on moving forward. "We need to reschedule the cake tasting," he said, as if sweets could mend the rift. I nodded absently, my mind elsewhere. That night, alone in the bath, I traced the bruises on my skin, remembering Kira's hands. What if I called her? Just to thank her properly. The thought thrilled and terrified me. My family expected perfection. The white dress, the vows, the life scripted in their image. But deep down, I knew this engagement was a cage, built on lies to myself. The next morning, I dialed Kira's number, heart pounding. "Kayla? You okay?" Her voice, warm and surprised, sent shivers down my spine. We talked for hours about the woods, her hunts, my city job in marketing. It felt natural, effortless. She invited me to her cabin in the Cascades for a weekend. "To clear your head." I hesitated, glancing at my engagement ring. Mark was away on business. What harm in a friendly visit? But as I packed, guilt gnawed at me. Was this betrayal? Or finally listening to my heart? Arriving at her remote cabin, the air crisp with autumn leaves, Kira greeted me with a hug that lingered a beat too long. "Glad you made it," she said, her eyes searching mine. We hiked trails she knew like veins, her stories unfolding. Abandoned by her religious family at 18 for coming out, forging a life alone. They said I was broken, she confessed over campfire stew. But out here I'm whole. Her vulnerability mirrored my own hidden fractures. That night, under stars, our hands brushed, and I didn't pull away. The spark ignited, but fear held me back. What would this cost? As the weekend progressed, conversations deepened. Kira challenged my evasions. "You're engaged, but you don't talk about him like you love him." I admitted the doubts, the pressure from parents who viewed queerness as sin. "They'd disown me," I whispered. Kira's hand on my shoulder felt like anchor and storm. "Living a lie disowns yourself," she replied. Her words echoed in my mind, stirring a rebellion I'd long suppressed. But leaving meant hurting Mark, alienating family, facing societal judgment. Was self-truth worth the wreckage? Back in Chicago, the city buzz felt suffocating after the open wilderness. Mark noticed my distraction, attributing it to post-accident trauma. "You need therapy, babe," he suggested, booking an appointment without asking. I went, but the sessions only amplified my inner conflict. The therapist, a kind older woman, probed gently. "What are you really afraid of?" I skirted the truth, talking about the crash instead. But alone, I replayed Kira's words, her touch, the way she saw me, truly saw me. Texting her became a lifeline, late-night messages evolving from friendly to flirtatious. "Missed the stars with you," she'd write. My replies grew bolder, heart racing with each send. One evening, Mark proposed a family dinner to reconnect. My parents flew in, eager to discuss wedding details. Over steak and wine, Dad toasted our future, his eyes gleaming with pride. "You're making us so happy, Kayla." Mom chimed in about grandkids. I smiled through it, but inside, turmoil brewed. Kira's latest text buzzed in my pocket. "Thinking of you." Guilt twisted like a knife. How could I sit here, pretending, while my heart pulled elsewhere? After they left, Mark confronted me. "You've been distant. Is there someone else?" His voice cracked, vulnerability raw. I denied it, but the lie tasted bitter. That night, I cried myself to sleep, torn between duty and desire. Kira visited Chicago a week later, ostensibly for a hunting supply run. We met at a quiet cafe, her presence electrifying amid the urban hum. "You look conflicted," she observed, sipping coffee. I confessed the pressure, the fear of coming out. My family. They'd see it as betrayal. Kira leaned in, her gaze intense. "And staying is betraying yourself." Our knees touched under the table, sending sparks. We walked the lakefront, hands accidentally brushing, conversations laced with unspoken longing. She shared more. Her ex, a woman who'd left for a normal life, breaking her heart. "I won't beg anyone to choose me," she said firmly. Her pain mirrored my potential to inflict the same. As the day waned, we ended up at my apartment. Mark was out again. Tension built, words giving way to silence. Kira's hand cupped my cheek, thumb tracing my lip. "What do you want, Kayla?" My breath hitched. I wanted her, this freedom, but the ring on my finger screamed reminder. Pulling away, I paced. "I can't just throw everything away." Kira nodded, hurt flickering in her eyes. "Then don't. But don't string me along." She left, the door clicking shut like a judgment. Alone, I sank to the floor, sobs racking me. Was this the price of honesty, losing everyone? The next day, work blurred in a haze. Colleagues noticed my red eyes, offering sympathy for the accident aftermath. But it was Kira's absence that ached. I called her, apologizing, but she was guarded. Figure it out, Kayla. I can't be your secret. Her words stung, forcing introspection. Growing up, church sermons condemned unnatural love. Friends whispered slurs. I'd internalized it all, building a facade. Now cracks widened. What if I chose her? Visions of disownment flashed. Dad's rage, Mom's tears, Mark's heartbreak. Yet, staying meant a lifetime of emptiness. Mark sensed the shift, planning a romantic getaway to reignite our spark. In a cozy Vermont cabin, he proposed recommitting, down on one knee again. Let's make this work. His earnestness broke me. I confessed, not everything, but enough. I'm not sure anymore. Hurt flashed across his face. Is it her? The hunter? Shock silenced me. He'd seen texts. The argument escalated, accusations flying. You're confused, he insisted. This isn't you. But it was the real me emerging. He stormed out, leaving me alone with regrets. Calling Kira, I poured out the mess. I think I'm falling for you. Her silence stretched then. Come to me when you're free. Back home, confrontation loomed. I broke off the engagement officially, Mark's face crumbling. You're throwing us away for what? A phase. His pain mirrored my own, but resolve hardened. It's not a phase. It's me. He left, slamming the door, our shared life fracturing. Telling my parents was worse. Over video call, Dad's face reddened. This is the devil's work. We raised you better. Mom wept, begging me to pray it away. Think of the family. Their rejection cut deep, a chasm opening. Was this liberation or isolation? Friends divided. Some supportive, others distant. Whispers of I knew it laced with judgment. Kira welcomed me back to her cabin, our reunion tentative. You chose, she said, pulling me close. But doubts lingered. Society's gaze weighed heavy. Stares in town, online trolls when photos surfaced. My career suffered. Clients pulled back, citing values misalignment. The drama intensified when Mark, bitter, outed me to mutual friends, sparking a social media storm. Accusations of infidelity flew, painting me as the villain. Kira stood by, but her own scars resurfaced. I warned you about the cost. Our arguments began, trust fraying under pressure. One night, storm raging outside, mirroring our turmoil, Kira confessed a secret. She'd been married once to a man, before accepting her truth. I hurt him like you're hurting Mark. The revelation shook me. Was history repeating? We clashed, words weaponized. You think I'm like you? I accused. Running from commitment. She fired back. You're the one still hiding. The fight left us raw, questioning everything. In the quiet aftermath, I wondered if love was worth this endless battle. Months passed in a whirlwind of highs and lows. Kira and I built a fragile life together, splitting time between her cabin and my Chicago apartment. The wilderness became my sanctuary, hikes purging city stress. But shadows loomed. My parents' silence, a void where calls once filled. Dad's last words echoed. You're dead to us until you repent. Mom sent sporadic texts, pleading for reconciliation, but conditional on fixing myself. The moral quandary gnawed. Had I chosen selfishness over family duty? Society's judgment amplified it. At a pride event, we faced protesters chanting slurs, their hate a tangible force. Kira held my hand tighter, but inside, I questioned if this visibility was worth the scars. Work rebounded slowly. A new job at a progressive firm offered acceptance, but whispers followed. The one who left her fiancé for a woman. Promotions stalled, bias subtle but real. Kira faced her own battles. Hunting clients canceled, citing discomfort with her lifestyle. It's 2026, for God's sake, she vented. Our relationship strained under external pressures, intimacy giving way to exhaustion. One evening, over dinner, she snapped. You regret it, don't you? I denied, but doubt seeped in. What if I'd stayed safe, suppressed? The thought repulsed, yet tempted. A turning point came when Mark reappeared, emailing for closure. We met at a neutral cafe, tension thick. I miss you, he admitted, eyes pleading. This doesn't have to be permanent. His words stirred old guilt. Had I destroyed a good man for uncertain passion? But seeing him reinforced my truth. Affection, yes, but not love. I'm sorry, I said, leaving with finality. Kira waited outside, jealousy flaring. What did he want? The accusation sparked another fight. You think I'd go back? I yelled. After everything? She retreated, walls up. Her trust issues, rooted in past betrayal, clashed with my lingering ties. Family drama escalated when my sister, Emily, reached out secretly. Mom's sick, she whispered. Heart issues. She wants to see you. Panic surged. Returning home meant facing the lion's den. Kira urged caution. Don't let them manipulate you. But duty pulled. Arriving in Indiana, the house felt foreign. Dad greeted coldly, Mom frail in bed. We've prayed for you, she said weakly. Conversations tiptoed around the elephant. My choice. Dad cornered me. And this nonsense. Come home. His ultimatum. Disavow Kira or lose inheritance, contact. The moral dilemma peaked. Was blood thicker than love? Rejecting them felt like amputation, but capitulating meant self-erasure. I chose truth, leaving amid tears. I love you, but I can't change. The drive back blurred with sobs. Kira consoled, but resentment brewed. You went without telling me everything. Her paranoia deepened cracks. Socially, friends polarized. Some celebrated my courage, others ghosted. A former best friend posted online. Kayla's story is a cautionary tale, don't destroy lives for whims. The backlash stung, fueling self-doubt. Was my happiness built on others' pain? Kira's support wavered. Her own family ghosts haunted. Maybe we're too damaged, she mused one night. High drama unfolded at a wilderness retreat we attended, meant to strengthen bonds. Surrounded by like-minded couples, envy hit. Their ease contrasted our tension. A workshop on communication unearthed buried resentments. Kira admitted fearing abandonment. Everyone leaves. I confessed lingering guilt over Mark. The session ended in catharsis, but reality intruded when my phone rang. Emily, frantic. Dad's had a stroke. Blames the stress from you. Guilt crashed like waves. Rushing to the hospital, Kira by my side, we faced hostility. Dad weak but venomous. You did this. Mom begged unity. The confrontation boiled. Accept me or not, I declared. Kira defended. She's your daughter. Dad's retort. Not like this. We left, alliance solidified but scarred. Back home, reflection deepened. Society's progress masked persistent bias. Laws protected, but hearts lagged. Kira proposed moving west permanently, escaping judgment. Start fresh. Tempting, but running felt like defeat. Internal monologues raged. Am I strong enough? The answer came in small acts. Public hand-holding, despite stares. Advocating at work for inclusivity. But betrayal struck when a mutual friend leaked private messages, twisting our story into scandal. Online trolls harassed, doxing threats forcing us underground. Kira's resolve cracked. Is this worth it? In a heated argument, truth spilled. I love you, but the cost. I trailed. Kira's eyes hardened. Then go. She packed, leaving for a solo hunt. Alone, panic set in. Had I pushed her away? Days blurred in isolation, mind dissecting choices. Mark's life moved on. He'd found someone new per social media. My family's silence deafening. When Kira returned, bruised from a fall, vulnerability bridged the gap. I can't lose you, she whispered. Reconciliation was tentative, built on fragile trust. But external forces loomed. A conservative group targeted us online, amplifying hate. The drama crescendoed, forcing a stand. The online harassment escalated into real-world threats. Anonymous letters slashed tires. Kira, ever the protector, installed security, but fear tainted our haven. We fight back, she insisted, contacting advocates. I hesitated, publicity meaning more exposure. Internal conflict peaked. Hide or defy? Choosing defiance, we went public with an interview, sharing our story. Love isn't a choice. Hate is, I stated, voice trembling. Response mixed, support flooded, but backlash intensified. Family saw it. Emily called. You're brave but Dad's furious. Mom's health declined further, guilt compounding. Had my actions hastened her frailty? Moral ambiguity blurred lines. Personal truth versus collective harm. Kira's past resurfaced dramatically when her ex, Sarah, appeared unannounced. I need closure, Sarah claimed, eyes on Kira. Jealousy surged in me. Over coffee, Sarah revealed. I left because I couldn't handle the isolation. Kira's discomfort evident, but old chemistry sparked. That night, we argued fiercely. Do you still love her? I accused. Kira denied, but doubt seeded. Sarah's visit unearthed Kira's unresolved pain. She chose normalcy over me. Parallels to my story stung. Was I repeating Sarah's cowardice? The confrontation with Sarah turned ugly. You're just like me, scared, she taunted. Kira defended us, but the seed of betrayal grew. Social pressure mounted at a community event. Protesters picketed, signs branding us sinners. Kira confronted one, fists clenched. Back off. Chaos ensued, police intervening. Media spun it. Lesbian couple incites violence. Careers suffered. Kira lost guiding contracts. My firm demoted me subtly. Friends betrayed. A close one sided with protesters, citing moral concerns. The damage cumulative, trust eroded. In quiet moments, I questioned, is love enough against the world? Kira's inner turmoil mirrored. Maybe we're fighting a losing battle. A pivotal betrayal came from within. Emily, torn, leaked family secrets to media for healing. Our private pains splashed online. Dad's stroke blamed on my lifestyle. Outrage ensued, dividing public opinion. Kira raged. Your family's poison. I defended. They're hurting too. The rift widened, nights spent apart. Alone monologues tortured. Right or wrong? Damage irreversible? Reconciliation with family seemed impossible, but longing persisted. Mom's call came weak. Come home. Kira forbade. It's a trap. Defying her, I went, finding Mom alone. I miss you, she admitted. Tears flowed, but conditions remained. Leave her. Heartbreaking, I refused. Then goodbye, she whispered. Returning, Kira was gone, note left, need space. Panic gripped. Had I lost her? Days of searching, calls unanswered. Reflection deepened. Choices costs tallied. Family fractured, career stalled, love teetering. Society's mirror reflected ugliness. Acceptance superficial, hate entrenched. When Kira returned, confrontation loomed. You chose them over me, she accused. No, I chose truth. Tears mingled with anger, rebuilding tentative. But damage lingered, intimacy strained. High-stakes drama peaked at a family intervention. Dad, recovered somewhat, orchestrated it with church elders. Repent, they urged. Kira crashed it, defending. She's perfect as is. Chaos, shouts, accusations. Dad disowned formally. No daughter of mine. The finality shattered me. Kira pulled me out, but resentment brewed. Why expose us? I snapped later. For you, she replied. Trust frayed further. Social fallout. Lost friends, gained allies. A support group helped, stories echoing ours. But internal wounds festered. Kira's hunting accident. Slipping on ice, breaking an arm. Forced dependency. Caring for her, roles reversed. Intimacy rekindled. I can't lose you, I confessed. She softened. We're in this. Healing began, but society intruded. A lawsuit from protesters, claiming harassment. Legal battles drained, morals questioned. Fight or settle. Choosing fight, we won but exhausted. Victory bittersweet, highlighting systemic bias. Family thawed slightly. Emily mediated, small talks resuming. Mom's health stabilized, conditional peace. But Dad remained stone. As spring bloomed, our bond strengthened amid trials. Yet, doubts persisted. Was this happiness or survival? Kira proposed. Marry me. Shock hit, joy mixed with fear. After everything? She nodded. Because of it. The decision loomed, encapsulating struggles. Accepting meant full commitment, defying all. Internal debate raged. Worth the ongoing war? The proposal hung like a promise and a challenge. I said yes, but reservations whispered. Planning a small ceremony in the woods symbolized our journey, from rescue to rebirth. Invites selective. Supportive friends, Emily as bridge. Parents excluded initially, but mom insisted attendance, dad absent. The day approached tense, weather mirroring mood, clear but crisp. Vows exchanged under pines, Kira's eyes locking mine. Through storms and silence, I choose you. Tears flowed, sealing our defiance. But joy tempered by absences. Mark's shadow, family's fracture. Post-ceremony, Emily confided. Dad watched from afar. A glimmer, but pain lingered. Honeymoon and seclusion deepened connection, but reality awaited. Returning, professional repercussions hit. Kira's business boycotted, my promotion denied. We adapted, pivoting to advocacy, speaking at events, sharing stories. Empowerment grew, but exhaustion mounted. Internal monologues persisted. Did we win or merely survive? Society evolved slowly, laws advanced, but hearts trailed. A viral article praised us as trailblazers, but comments spewed venom. Kira shrugged. Let them talk. Her resilience inspired, but my sensitivity chafed. Betrayal struck anew when a colleague outed private details, sparking workplace drama. Confrontation ensued. Why? Jealousy, she admitted. Trust shattered, job quit. Kira supported, we'll rebuild. But cumulative toll weighed. Family reconciliation teased. Mom visited, tentative hugs. I'm trying, she said. Dad's letters came. Angry then softening. Praying for you. Progress? Or manipulation? Moral gray areas blurred. Forgive or guard. Choosing forgiveness cautiously, boundaries set. High tension climaxed at a public debate on LGBTQ rights. We paneled, facing opponents, including a family friend. Arguments heated. Tradition versus perversion. Kira countered sharply. Love versus hate. I added personal. I lost family for truth. The crowd divided, applause and boos. Post-event, threats escalated. Vandalism at home. Police involved, but fear ingrained. Kira's protectiveness intensified. We move if needed. Relocation loomed, uprooting again. Internal conflict. Run or stand. Standing meant endurance, running relief. As dust settled, life normalized somewhat. Careers stabilized in inclusive circles. Family ties mended patchily. Holidays awkward but present. Kira and I grew closer, scars bonding. Yet reflections haunted. Choices prices paid in full. Hurt inflicted, received. Mark thrived elsewhere, closure found. Society's mirror showed progress, but battles ongoing. In quiet nights, we discuss futures, kids. Adoption navigated biases. Dreams tempered by reality. The story's arc closed with awakening. Truth's liberation outweighed conformity's cage. But questions remained, ethics debated. Had I been right to upend lives? Or selfish? Kira's view. Authenticity saves souls. Mine evolved. Balance possible? As we hiked familiar trails, hand in hand, peace descended. Yet the wilderness reminded, survival demands sacrifice. In the end, was choosing love over expectation a moral victory? Or did it unjustly burden those left behind?